Good afternoon, and what is a cool, bright, and sunny day. It is Tuesday, December the 19th, and I'm in the read nook with a nice hot cup of tea. And a box to continue unboxing. And what I'm going to pull out of here is Mythological Figures Maleficent Monsters. This is published by N Publishing. It's a 5th edition supplement. It's got a very nice green gold embossed cover. Not much to see, but this is from a publisher kind of best known for Wine, What's Old is New, and Judge Dredd in the Waters of 2000 AD role-playing game. The supplements of which I absolutely thought were brilliant. Now, the actual back cover blurb is on the inside page of this book. So, Achilles, Lancelot, Robin Hood, Thor, heroes all. The world is full of myths and legends which inspired those in our modern fiction and games. Iconic warriors and wizards, vampires and things from the deep. Those legends are universally known. Mythological Figures and Maleficent Monsters delves into these paragons of literature, fable and folklore. From ancient Greece to the outer realms, deepest Transylvania to the high seas, you'll meet champions and thieves, pirates and knights, demigods and fey queens, ancient evils and urban legends. Archetypal heroes meet exemplars of villainy like Blackbeard, Rasputin, Dracula and Baba Yaga. From Mike Myler's popular column, this is an epic compilation of legendary heroes, villains and monsters bring these characters to life for the 5th edition of the world's oldest role-playing game. So, the website, N Publishing, has been running a long a feature for quite a long time, which focuses upon adapting particular figures from myth and folklore, history, and literature to Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition and how to use them. This book is a compilation of them all, or at least some of them. I don't know whether it's all, but a lot of them. So, we open up and we have I think this is the standard cover. Okay, and we've got a basic credits and contents page, list of all the entries, and then we've got a foreword, an introduction, a basic explanation of how to use the book, design notes, introduces the warlord as an archetype, including, his tactical maneuvers, because there'll be generals in here. And then we leap into the first hero, one of the earliest of heroes, and the thing is, it's going to go from A to Z, and we start off with Achilles. And we're going to end with, we'll end with Zhuang Zhao, a hero or figure I don't know anything about, I will admit, but the fact that it's here, it's in a form that you can easily digest and bring to the table, is great. So what you've got is essentially background, details of the character, and then the full stats there. So for Achilles is a lawful neutral fighter, champion, 18th level. And then we go on to Aladdin, neutral good rogue, level 8. And it's just going to go through the same thing. And it's not all ancient or sort of near medieval. Alan Quatermain is 19th century. And Bonnie, figure from real history, is 18th century. What else we got? We've got sort of like mythical beasts like Anzu and Arachne. Arthur Pendragon, who is a neutral good fighter, Warlord 4, Paladin, level 15. And he's actually given more pages, so he's got 2 pages there, background and background, description. You've got design notes plus the stats. And then, I say, we're 2 pages, and then you've got more design notes, and then you've got details upon Excalibur itself. So quite something. Baba Yaga. Baba Yaga is a monster, rather. So no class there, but she is. She's got 25 hit dice, so you know, and she's given 4 pages. And Beowulf, and again 19th century, this time the Wild West, Billy the Kid, and to go along with Anne Bonny, Blackbeard, and then we've got a figure out of British folklore, Black Shuck. And we go back to ancient Britain, to the Boadicea, or Boudica, and straight out of German folklore, Brunhilde, out of Shakespeare, Caliban, Greek myth, Cerberus, Central American folklore, the Chupacabra, Circe. Hopefully she'll be accompanied by, there'll be one for Odysseus, and we have a fantastic scene, sort of like a warrior against a gigantic scorpion beast, Confucius. And then we come even to the 20th century, not with a actual historical figure, but Cthulhu. Not the first time that Cthulhu himself has been statted up for 5th edition. Daedalus, inventor, and then David from the Bible. Not the first time. You would look for something like Testament, the D20 system from Green Ronin, which was basically explored the sort of like the period of the history of the Bible, which is absolutely fantastic. Source book, and then if you were doing League of Extraordinary Gentlemen kind of thing, you do have Dorian Gray. So you can have Dorian Gray alongside Alan Quatermain. I don't think they're going to do all of the figures like that. That would be fun if that was the case. Doban, a character I know nothing. I've not even heard of that one. And then Dracula, not as the Victorian gentleman villain, but the warlord of Transylvanian legend. And even get a bit silly with the Easter Bunny. And another figure out of horror, Elizabeth Bathory. And we have figures out of Viking myth, Norse myth, Fafnir and Fenrir, Frankenstein's monster. You usually fit that in with Alan Quatermain and with, you know, Dorian Gray if you were doing that sort of thing. Genghis Khan. George Washington. Gilgamesh. You know, basically one of an even earlier hero than Achilles. Another pirate. Sorry, Grace O'Malley. And then to accompany Beowulf, we also have Grendel. Harold Hardrada. And we've got things like, even got a table of Viking treasure hoard in there. And again, it's the 20th century. We have Harry Houdini. Hercules, all ready to do his 12 labours. Hippolyta, the Amazons. Well, yeah, Jekyll and Hyde. Again, don't have the Invisible Man, but North American myth and legend, we have Jersey Devil, Joan of Arc. So, John Henry, and the thing is, usually John Henry essentially is the builder. It's essentially used the great hammer to lay the tracks for the North American railways. The thing is, with his inclusion, what this really does remind me of is those articles you would get in the 80s in the issues of Dragon magazine, where they would the authors would stat up figures out of myth and legend, like John Henry. Again, to accompany Arthur, you have Lancelot du Lac. Loki, even Lucifer. So look, Lucifer as essentially is a 20 hit dice monster, but uses d12s. Mary Read, Charlatan, Maui, sorry, probably pronounced that incorrectly, sorry. Again, it's a mythological figure from the Pacific, and we have Merlin Ambrosius. So we do have sort of like, we've got 3 figures out of Arthurian legend here, and he's quite detailed with his various magical devices listed there. Yeah, and Miyamoto Musashi, swordsman of great repute. Morgan Le Fay, again, we've got 4 figures out of Arthurian legend so far. Also got Captain Nemo, almost continuing that basic League of Extraordinary Gentlemen with 4 stats for the Nautilus. Inventor Nikolai Tesla. Paul Bunyan, another figure. Basically I can remember. I'm sure that Dragon did. Another figure out of Greek myth, Perseus. Peter Pan. And having done Caliban, we also have Prospero. Another monster out of legend, Rasputin. Well, basically out of history, sorry. Out of legend, Robin Hood. St. George. Saladin. And to go with the Easter Bunny, you have Santa Claus. Although you don't have Saladin, Santa Claus. Then we've got Dr. John Watson, although you don't have Sherlock Holmes in here. At least I don't think so. You do have Sinbad. Tamar the Great. Tamar. And then Thor Odin's son, a different version of Thor, including full details of Mjolnir. Titania, not quite to go with Prospero, but not far off. So yeah, I know we've got an index there of the magical items. So that's mythological figures and Maleficent Monsters, a collection of figures out of myth and legend, history and literature. That really feels not. Also, the other thing it feels similar to is the entries in deities and demigods a little bit. It's got a wider selection of heroes and more looking at singular figures than pantheons. Anyway, so that's Mythological Figures and Maleficent Monsters, published by End Publishing. Hope you've enjoyed this unboxing in the Nook. If you have, then please do click on the like button down below. And of course, if you've got any comments or feedback, I do appreciate those. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to get more unboxings in the Nook, where you'll see me out here with a box containing a book or game which I will unbox and chat about to the best extent of my knowledge for roughly 10 minutes or so, all of course accompanied by a nice hot cup of tea, then please do click on the subscribe button down below. Thanks again for watching. Be back again soon with another unboxing in the Nook. Bye for now.